Hello my dominant friends, my name is Ilene and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support and friendship. For this video, I'm going to do a whip and chat, but I wanted to give a little bit of a progress update. I know this is kind of sideways, so this is the anatomical heart that I'm doing with some flowers on it. I have named this canvas Open Heart. But this is my progress. It's Tuesday evening, about 6 o'clock. I'm just going to lower you now and get this. I tried sectioning, as you guys can see. I don't think I did too bad, considering. I decided to do it after I had already started diamond painting this canvas. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get this lifted up and get my little creepy doll cover reminder to cover that and just get this down just a little bit more. And then for this whip and chat, I figured since I'm doing a canvas of an anatomical heart, I would just talk about the actual heart and some interesting facts about the heart once I get that part done. Let me just lower that here. I think that's good. Okay. So I am using, let me show that, purple alien putty in my multiplacer here, and I'm using ocean alien putty here. There's a little bit too much in there right now. There we go. And if I decide to use my other pen, it'll be ocean as well, and I think I have ocean and purple on this one. Anyway, if I decide to use that one. And then I'm also using this trash minder that Min's gifted me when I bought the trays from her. And what I'm going to do is take Boulder and just let it stick on Boulder like that. So I can just put my drills in instead of hooking it to the canvas. Alright, so let me grab Kay. And then we'll get started. It's storming here, so you might hear some thunder. The breaker in the kitchen popped. It always pops when the storms are close. But anyway, so I was like, oh, the electric's going to go out. But it didn't. Thank goodness. But before I start doing the facts, I do want to say I'm super excited that I got my make your own wall art all AB canvas today. I've been wanting to get one for a while. I'm going to kit that one up, I think, and have that one be like my in-between kind of canvas for horror hubbies. Because I know Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting mentioned kind of making it a little bit more interactive with like different things every day. And since, you know, that will be what we're gonna I'm gonna do it. So I wanted to have something else kitted up just in case. So I'm probably gonna kit that one up and kind of work on that one, kind of. If by chance, like one day she said you can only do section 4, right? You section off and you only can do like number 4 section. Well, sometimes I do it several sections a night after work, so I figured why not have something else so that I'm not, so I'm just kind of playing along, doing what I can, and still having a good old time, getting to know everybody as we go. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll start with our information about the heart, the heart, its function, and blood circulation. Let me take a sip of my water first. I want to set that over near the microphone. All right, so anyway, I am going to, no, I'm not. I'll put that up later. I'm going to have like little photos, like one's just going to be the like anatomy of the heart, and then the anatomy of the outside of the heart and the anatomy of the inside of the heart, like in pictures. I'll tell you when I'm going to do that though, and I got to make a signal for myself to do it, or I'll forget. All right, well anyway, let's go. Now that I've babbled on about it. You bored yet? Oh, I've been kind of a little bit, I don't want to say like snarky, but I feel a little bit more like me, which the last couple days, so that's good. Having a little bit of a hard time last week, so it's good to feel like I'm getting my sense of humor back. All right, let's see here. Okay, your heart is an amazing organ. It continuously pumps oxygen and nutrient-rich blood throughout your body to sustain life. The fist-sized powerhouse beats, expands, and contracts 100,000 times per day, pumping 5 or 6 quarts of blood each minute, or about 2,000 gallons per day. So how does the blood flow through the heart? Put a couple more down. All right. As the heart beats, it pumps blood through a system of blood vessels called the circulatory system. The vessels are elastic tubes that carry blood to every part of the body. Well, not every part, but we'll go through over that when we get to the interesting facts. Blood is essential. In addition to carrying fresh try again. In addition to carrying fresh oxygen from the lungs and nutrients to your body's tissues, it takes blood waste products, including carbon dioxide, away from the tissues. This is needed to sustain life and promote the health of all the body's tissues. Oh, I didn't get all that. I do that every damn time. Sorry. It'll cut, but then it doesn't. Whatever, we'll just peel it off. There. All right. I was just going to put a drill there and noticed it was too shiny. More. Oops. Sorry, Muncha. There are 3 main types of blood vessels. Arteries. These begin with the aorta, the large artery leaving the heart. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart to all the other body's tissues. They branch several times, become smaller and smaller as they carry blood further from the heart. Capillaries. These are small, thin blood vessels that connect the arteries and the veins. Their thin walls allow oxygen, nutrients, carbon dioxide, and other waste products to pass to and from our organ cells. Veins. These blood vessels take blood back to the heart. This blood lacks oxygen, oxygen poor, and is rich in waste products that are to excrete or be removed from the body. Veins become larger and larger as they get closer to the heart. The superior vena cava, or cava, is the large vein that brings blood from the head and arms to the heart, and the inferior vena cava, or cava, brings blood from the abdomen and legs to the heart. Blood flows continuously through your body's blood vessels. Your heart is the pump that makes it all possible. Okay, let's get us to actually have after like we do some of this, I'm gonna do some facts about the heart. Probably should have just done the facts about the heart, but like whatever, you know. Sometimes I'm overly ambitious, and then other times not so much. And I figured, you know, if it's a longer whip and chat than usual, you guys will either turn off because I'm boring as all get out, and you guys could take a nap, or you guys like it. So we'll see, right? All right. Anyway, moving on. Hear that thunder? All right. All right. So parts of the heart. So here is where I'm going to put a diagram of the anatomy or heart anatomy. The heart is under the rib cage, to the left of your breastbone, sternum, between your lungs. On the outside, the heart is made of muscle. The strong muscular walls contract or squeeze, pumping blood to the arteries. The cardiovascular system is made up of the heart and blood vessels. So, weird. I'm missing a page. No, I'm not. I just think I kind of screwed it up. Whatever, what I want to do, but it's fine. So, on the inside, here I'll have a diagram of the inside of the heart. The heart has four chambered hollow organ. Let me try that again. I'm trying to go too fast now. My brain is once again going faster than my mouth. Oof. On the inside, the heart is a four-chambered hollow organ. It is divided into the left and right side by a wall called the septum. The right and left side of the heart are further divided into two top chambers called the atria, plural of atrium, which receive blood from veins, and two bottom chambers called ventricles, which blood pumps into the arteries. The four chambers are the right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. The atria and ventricles work together, contracting and relaxing to pump blood out of the heart. As blood leaves each chamber of the heart, it passes through a valve. So your heart valves. There are four heart valves within the heart. The mitral valve, the tricuspid valve, the aortic valve, and the pulmic valve, also called pulmonary valve. Put some jokes down quick. I'm going to do like a quick crash course in like the different parts of the heart for any of you guys that want to know. And then we'll go to the facts. That'll be a little bit more fun, I think. As it's getting got really dark outside. Hopefully it won't be too bad of a storm. Okay, let me do that. Does it rain? Okay. All right, so the tricuspid and mitral valves lay between the atria and the ventricles. The aortic and pulmonic valves lie between the ventricles and the major blood vessels leaving the heart. The heart valves work the same way as one valve in the pump. Sorry, that's thunder. The heart valve works the same way as one-way valves in the plumbing of your home. They prevent blood from flowing in the wrong direction. Each valve has a set of flaps called leaflets or cusps. The mitral valve has two leaflets, and the others have three. The leaflets are attached to and supported by a ring of tough, fibrous tissue called annulus. The annulus helps to maintain the proper shape of the valve. The leaflets of the mitral and tricuspid valves are also supported by tough fibrous strings called corduroy tendidiae. These are similar to the string supporting a parachute. They extend from the valve leaflets to small muscles called papillary muscles, which are part of the inside wall of the ventricles. So, let's just lay some more of these down quick. And then we'll go over what's next? Blood vessels. And if I lose electricity, we'll stop and wait till it comes back on to finish filming. I don't want to stop though, so you know. I don't want to say anything about, luck or not having luck with the electricity going out this summer, because then my luck shall have run out. It's only happened less than 2 times, but not 0. So, all right, here we go. The blood vessels. The major blood vessels connected to your heart are the aorta, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, and coronary arteries. The pulmonary arteries take oxygen-poor blood from the heart to the lungs where it is oxygenated. The pulmonary veins bring oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart, and the coronary arteries supply blood to the heart muscle. So how does blood flow through the heart? Let me put a couple drills down. All right, let's see. The right and left sides of the heart work together. The patterns described below is repeated over and over, causing blood to flow continuously to the heart, lungs, and body. The right side of the heart. Blood enters the heart through 2 large veins, the inferior and superior vena cava, emptying oxygen-poor blood from the body into the right atrium. As the atrium contracts, blood flows from the right atrium into the right ventricle through the open tricuspid valve. There we go. Sorry. Wanted to get a couple more down before I read the next part. Because it's supposed to be doing my WIP while I'm chatting, and I can't apparently do both at the same time. I'm no good at it. When the ventricle is full, the tricuspid valve shuts. This prevents blood from flowing back into the atria while the ventricle contracts. As the ventricle contracts, blood leaves the heart through the pulmic valve into the pulmonary artery and to the lungs where it is oxygenated. So that's what the right side of your heart does. More. The left side of the heart. The now oxygen-rich blood travels through your pulmonary vein into the left atrium. As the atrium contracts, blood flows from the left from the left atrium to the left ventricle through the open mitral valve. When the ventricle is full, the mitral valve shuts. This prevents blood from flowing back into the atrium while the ventricle contracts. As the ventricle contracts, blood leaves the heart through the aortic valve into the aorta and to the body. This cycle is repeated with every heartbeat. The sound of your heartbeat is the sound of the different heart valves closing. Here, oxygen travels from the tiny air sacs in the lungs through the walls of the capillary into the body. At the same time, carbon dioxide is a waste product of metabolism, passes from the blood into the air sacs. Carbon dioxide leaves the body when you exhale. Once the blood is purified and oxygenated, it travels back to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. More down. Let's see. Oh, there's not much left, actually. Then we'll get to the facts. I thought it was 4 pages, but it's actually only 2. Because the other ones were like, what's the side of the heart that fails the most or whatever. That might be in the facts, the interesting facts that are upcoming, which would be a little bit more fun, I think. Or maybe not fun, but like a little, maybe there'll be some information in there that y'all didn't know. Okay, so what are the coronary arteries? Like all organs, your heart is made of tissues that require a supply of oxygen and nutrients. Although its chambers are full of blood, the heart receives no nourishment from this blood. The heart receives its own supply of blood from a network of arteries called the coronary arteries. 2 major coronary arteries branch from the aorta near the point where the aorta and the left ventricle meet. The right coronary artery supplies the right atrium and right ventricle with blood. It branches into the posterior descending artery, which supplies the bottom portion of the left ventricle and back to the septum with blood. The left main artery branches into the circumflex artery and the left anterior descending artery. The circumflex artery supplies blood to the left atrium side and back to the left ventricle, and the left anterior descending artery supplies the front and the bottom of the left ventricle and the front of the septum with blood. These arteries and their branches supply all parts of the heart muscle with blood. When the coronary arteries narrow to the point that blood vessels flow to the heart muscle is limited, coronary artery disease, a network of tiny blood vessels in the heart that aren't usually open, called collateral vessels, may enlarge and become active. This allows blood to flow around the blocked artery to the heart muscle, protecting the heart tissue from injury. We're not going to go over how does the heart beat. It's talking about like the SA node or the sinoatrial node and stuff like that. And I honestly will tell you that I liked that part of nursing school, but I don't want to like try to remember all of that right now and bring back all of those wonderful memories. Actually, I liked school. It was fun. I learned a lot and I'll never complain. I'm just glad I'm not like one of those people. But I'm not saying that I'm glad that I'm not one of those people. Like reading like EKGs and like heart rhythms and whatever was not something I think I would have excelled in, though I found it interesting. All right, so now here are 50 facts about the heart. Put some more K's down. Okay. The blue whale's heart is the largest in the world, and it weighs about 1,500 pounds. Oh, that's a lot. Like, how many tons does a blue whale weigh? So I guess that might be, like, okay, right? I mean, proportional to, like, its size and girth or, like, whatever. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright, I'm almost done with the K's, and then we'll do maybe the plus sign. Alright. Number 2. Your heart is about the size of your 2 hands clasped together. So, yeah. A child's heart is approximately the same size as your fist. Your heart beats 100,000 times a day, which we learned from the last little thing that I read. All right, so keys I think are done. If I missed any, I'll have to get them later. Pouring now. I'm gonna do the plus sign. Do this. Shake, shake, shake. All right. Ooh. Water. Regular exercise is an important factor in heart health. Heart disease is one of the heart's greatest health threats. Sorry, health threats, not heart threats. Obviously, it's a threat to the heart. Heart is. There you go, reading the thing I just read. The sound of a heartbeat is the sound made by the 4 valves of the heart closing. Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Anyway, Garth Brooks, another love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm goes on out of control. Deep in a heart, thunder rolls. I can't go that well. I'm not a alto. All right, anyway. Each minute your heart pumps 1.5 gallons of blood around your body. Oop. The right side of the heart pumps blood into your lungs. The left side pumps oxygenated blood around the body. Heart cancer is very rare because heart cells don't divide. I actually met a guy, and I don't remember the name of it, but his heart was actually not located on the left, like, you know, your heart is like on your left side. His heart was actually located on the right side. And I forgot what the name of that is, but when I was a medical assistant at a doctor's office before I went to nursing school, I had to do like the little EKG machine, and I had to set it up the opposite way because his heart was on the other side of his chest. Maybe that'll be in this. I'm not sure. I didn't read it before I started. I just said, ooh, interesting facts. Why not? Okay. A woman's average heartbeat is faster than a man's by approximately 8 beats per minute. I'm going to take my pulse and Jamie's pulse next time I see him, and we'll see if that's true or not. Well, not that I don't disagree. I would just be curious. For myself, research. Your heart pumps about 1 million barrels of blood during an average lifetime. A kitchen faucet would need to be turned on all the way for at least 45 years to equal the amount of blood pumped by the heart in an average lifetime. Because the heart has its own electrical impulses, it can continue to beat even when separated from the body, providing it has adequate supply of oxygen. Okay. The heart of an average man beats approximately 70 times a minute. The average heartbeat of a woman is approximately 78 times a minute. "75 trillion cells in the body receive blood from the heart. Only the corneas have no blood supply." Research has indicated that owning a cat reduces the risk of heart attack and stroke by more than 1/3. So, get you a cat. I thought about doing that, but then I didn't. My rent would have went up, and pet deposit, and then I would need pet insurance, and it's a lot. But I did tell my boyfriend, because he's never had a pet at all. And he's like, well, he doesn't like cats. I told him, then we're gonna have to get a dog. And he seems to like bulldogs. I don't know if I would want a bulldog, but if that's what he wants, since he's never had a pet, probably would be a good pet for him. I mean, I'd probably be the one taking care of it because he'll be at work all the time, but whatever. Not even gonna happen yet. But anyway, it is something I told him that we need to do. It'll be fun. We'll see. But yeah, he's never had a pet, and I feel really bad that he's, in his 50s and he's never had a pet ever. I mean, I get now he's really busy, but even as a kid, he didn't have a pet. But that's okay. Anyway, moving on. Next. Your heartbeat can change depending on the music you listen to. Your left lung is more narrow, I'm going to say, because narrower. Jeez Louise. Can I speak? Probably not. Let me take a sip of water. It's more narrow. Anyway, your left lung is narrower. Here I go. Your left lung is more narrow than your right lung to make more room for your heart. A study showed vegetarians were 32% less likely to be admitted to the hospital or die from heart disease. Okay. 2%. See this? Work them out. Over there. All right, let's see here. Eating dark chocolate reduces the risk of heart disease. I did know that. Your heart is located just behind and slightly left of your breastbone. Those girls up weird. The heart has the ability to beat over 3 billion times in a person's lifetime. The heart pumps out 2 ounces of blood for every heartbeat. Dying of a broken heart can happen. A study in over 2,000 heart attack survivors showed attacks were far more likely after the death of a family member or a close friend than any other time. A study revealed coffee drinkers are less likely to be hospitalized or worry about heart rhythm disturbance. Well, I don't know. Like some people get espresso, they get all tachycardic and their heartbeat goes like. Why I can't do like espresso too much because I get like tachycardic. I can feel my heart racing. Stay away from that eye test stuff. My boyfriend wanted me to try Cuban coffee once, and I heard it's really strong, and I'm like, no way, Jose. I don't want to be like all weird. It's like when I get stung by a bee, and I have to take my EpiPen, and that adrenaline, which is the EpiPen, starts. Like I am just too like it's too much. Like I can feel my heart just going. Anyway, haven't been stung in a long time, so let's hopefully keep up that. Now it's been several years now, so let's hope that stays that way. Anyway, moving on. It's a myth that sneezing stops your heart. I sneeze all the time. Approximately 5% of blood supplies the heart. 15 to 20% goes to the brain and central nervous system, and 22% goes to the kidneys. Early Egyptians believed that the heart and other major organs had wills of their own and would move around the inside of the body. Huh, okay. Interesting. The Greek philosopher Plato theorized that reasoning originated with the brain, but that passions originated in the fiery heart. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Anyway. The term heartbeat originated from Aristotle's philosophy that the heart collected sensory input from the peripheral organs through the blood vessels. Prolonged lack of sleep can cause irregular jumping heartbeats, also known as premature ventricular contractions, PVCs. some heavy snorers may have a condition called obstructive sleep apnea, which can negatively affect the heart. My mom actually has sleep apnea. She diagnosed with it till a couple of years ago, but she never slept well, and even when she slept, like she felt like she didn't get like sleep well and whatever. But she ended up having like a sleep study, and it does show that she had sleep apnea. So now she uses a CPAP machine, and you know, I actually think my boyfriend has sleep apnea, but you know, I gotta get him to go and get tested. He's like, well, what will I have to do? And like I was explaining, like if he had it, like the different kind of like you know things they have. Like it depends. Like if you're like a mouth breather, like if you sleep with your mouth open, you probably can't use the little CPAP machine where it can go in, in your nose, just in your nose. But if you don't, if you're not a mouth breather, you could probably use that. I don't really know because my mom has to uses the mouth one, and I don't know if that was just because that's the one Medicare would pay for or what, or if it was just whatever was ordered. But whatever works and helps her feel better, I'm down. Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, okay, let's see what we're gonna do next. Let's do one just because it's kind of like easier for me to see. A moment. Pour it out. Drug use, particularly cocaine. Oh, am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Anyway, I just did, so I guess whatever. I'm going to say it again, though. Affects the heart's electrical activity. So just remember the word, the drug, starts with a C. It can affect your heart's electrical activity. Galen of Pergamum, who was a prominent surgeon to Roman gladiators, discovered arteries carry blood. Atrium in Latin atrium is Latin for entrance hall, and ventricle is Latin for little belly. More ones. Not that I see. I'm going to grab the twos, and then there's only, I don't know, around 10 more. Going too fast. There we go. All right. I'm going to say this all sorts of jacked up, so just know that I'm probably pronouncing it wrong because it's a name of a physician back in 304 to 250 BC. Physician Esdras of Chaos was the first person to discover that the heart's function as a natural pump. Squeezing a tennis ball tightly demonstrates how hard the heart has to work to pump blood around the body. Okay. In 1903, physiologist William Esenhoven, 1860 to 1927, invented the electrocardiogram, which measures the electric current which flows through the heart. The walls of the heart's left atrium are 3 times thicker than the right atrium. Pop, pop, pop. I love that sound. The human heart is not heart-shaped. The heart of a cow is closer to that shape. Okay. Specific to size, a normal aortic valve is greater than 2 centimeters. 2. Maybe it was supposed to be 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters seems like a lot. Not, whatever. We deal with centimeters with diamond painting, so I guess I'm just thinking, but it's okay. The first heart pacemakers plugged into a wall socket. Sort of like on Iron Man when they use that battery to keep the shrapnel out of his heart. He was hooked to the car battery. I missed him once. Anyway. Maybe that was like a nod to that in a way. Who knows? Alright, only 4 more. I'm going to start placing the 3s, but I'll probably not be done with those by the time we finish this. And then I'm going to call it a whip and chat anyway, because I've been babbling on for a little while now. And, get some of these 3s down. Just with the water quick. Next fact. Every day, your heart creates enough energy to drive a truck for 20 miles. Cardiovascular diseases are the #1 cause of death globally. On average, it takes about 45 seconds for blood to circulate from the heart all around the body. And then we just have one more. I'm just going to lay down a couple more threes. All right. And the last one. Emotional vitality is associated with a 28% reduction risk of coronary heart disease. All right. So, just an FYI, if you were wondering about which side of the heart usually fails, it's the left side. The right side can also fail, but the left side is the one that fails the most. How long can you live with 20% heart function? One measurement of how much blood your pumps per beat is the ejection fraction. A normal is 50 to 70%, which means 50 to 70% of the blood in your left ventricle is pumped out with each heartbeat. It is normal for some blood to be left behind. A reading of 20% is considered very serious, as it means the heart is not pumping out much less blood than it should, and it's usually caused by heart disease. And then it says it found that 50% of patients survive to 5 years, 35% survive for 10 years. Long-term survival depends on many things like age, sex, whether you have other problems. 5-year survival rates have improved greatly from 29% in the 1970s. You can improve your life expectancy by watching your weight, getting more exercise, cutting down on sodium, and stop smoking and drinking alcohol. So that is that. So that is going to be my video about heart facts. I think next week I'll probably be on the eyeball that I want to do. And so I'll probably do some facts about the eyes. I've already printed them out and have that going. I will also do the 3 Mile Island whip and chat eventually. I do have everything ready for that. And actually my plan was to just film myself like diamond painting for like an hour and then talking about that in a voiceover, just because like I didn't know how long it was going to take, and I didn't want to be wrestling around with stuff and whatever. So I should have done it with this one, but I didn't. And I may try to do that with the eye. I don't know. It just depends. That one's just facts, so I'm not going to worry about, like, I might do like, here's a picture of what the app, like what's what your eye is, or like whatever, but that's about it for that one. But that's next week's stuff. Next week we'll take care of next week. Right now, this is this. So this is gonna be my chat on the heart and heart facts. So please like and comment, and if you stuck with me through this whole whip and chat, thank you, thank you, thank you. I very much appreciate you guys. And as I said, please like and comment. Have yourself a nice day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care. Happy diamond painting. And until my next video, bye.